Thanks, Christy. Wow, thank you so much for the gifts. I'm sure I'm gonna have a lot of fun with these. Hi, my name is Shuzi. I'm super excited to be the next one to work on this collab. This collab is started by Aussie Crafter, and it's such an amazing idea. It's been in the hands of 12 talented artists from many places, and eventually there will be 50 artists around the world to add their creation to this book. Everyone is doing amazing work. I've been following the videos closely, but it feels really different having this book in hand. So the book for this collab is Create This Book 3. The rule is each artist complete 2 prompts. The first prompt is chosen by the artist before me, and the second one is my own choice. The book is already so thick, so I'm pretty sure it's gonna be phenomenal when it's all completed. It's such an honor to be part of this. So here's my first prompt, chosen by Christy. It's to create my dream treehouse. The subject matter sounds very interesting, but there are so many choices. Should I do interior view, exterior view? Is the house futuristic looking or more typical? Who's in there doing what? What is the scenery around it? I am so overwhelmed by my thoughts, so I decided to just sketch something, whatever comes to mind. And here's what I got. Somehow I just want to put some legs on the tree and make it a traveling tree house. To keep my watercolor paper clean, I usually finish the design digitally and print it out, especially for something with this much happening. I then use a light pad to trace it onto the watercolor paper. Now I can start painting. The design of the treehouse is very complicated, so I want to keep the background simpler so it doesn't hog the attention. Because I love traveling to Japan, first thing come to mind is Mount Fuji. It has such a simple and elegant shape, fits the space so perfectly. It's far away from my treehouse, behind the lake, so I'm using a light wash with a simplified shape. Then I'm continuing into the foreground, adding the dirt and some grass, so that I can continue with a wet and wet, blurry look. This makes everything look more cohesive. Now onto the treehouse. Because it's a traveling treehouse, I wanted to have multiple seats. The first one I'm painting here is a yellow pod. Its inside is very comfortable, so I added a little girl in there waving her arms. Each of these small houses are held by the tree branches, so I go back and forth between painting the houses and the tree branches and the leaves. Below the yellow pod, I added a pink one. Somehow it ended up in a croissant shape, and the passenger is a cat. I love cats, and I like drawing them hiding and being playful. Below the cat is an open area. This girl is looking down at something and waving. You'll see what it is later. Now moving on to the other side of the yellow pod. This is another open area. It's an open balcony, and the girl is standing there enjoying the view and the nice breeze. Below the balcony, I added a yellow sofa. She's sitting really comfortably, completely cradled by the cushions. There is also shades from the tree branches keeping her nice and cool. I gotta say this is my favorite seat. Do you have a favorite seat? Let me know in the comment. Right below the sofa, I added a girl hanging on a tree branch. It looks like she really wants to get on the treehouse. You might wonder, how do they get onto the seats? That's a good question. I guess they had to get in from the ladder, through the stairs, and then climb the branches. There's also a window from the tree trunk, and this boy popped out to greet the girl on the ladder. And yes, I added another person here, climbing the ladder. I know it doesn't make sense to have the ladder in the front while the tree is running, but the composition works and it looks interesting, so I just went with that. And she's the one the hat girl was waving to. My original design had a few more seats, but I removed them since the paper is quite small. Although this is already the simplified version, I still struggle with the size. They're so tiny! To give you a size reference, this girl on the ladder is only the size of my pinky. Now I'm just finishing up, adding some more details like the ladder steps, the tree branches, and some highlights. And of course, I need to add the prompt somewhere. I'm adding it to the cloud, and I really like this little tree. On the cloud, I'm using multicolor fonts with blue and purple to fit it in with the cloud and the sky. And this completes my first prompt. Moving on to the second one. This is the prompt I picked for myself. Create a paradise. Draw a place you want to go. I always fancy going to a beach vacation, so the second part of this prompt is very easy for me. I'm just going to paint a beach. I personally don't like to be on the sand or under the sun, so a villa in a resort setting would be nice. I would totally enjoy it more when there's plenty of shades. I'm starting from the sky. I want to create this sunny look, so I'm adding some yellow in this blue wash. I want to bring the sunshine into the other side of the paper, which I'm going to talk about later. I'm dodging the little villa because they have white walls and kept on painting the clear seawater and the walk path. I used tons of water and the paper is soaking wet. I'm leaving it flat on the board to dry before I can add more details. Now the first wash is dry. I'm adding details and shadows on these cute little villas. They're supposedly far away and only can be reached through this walkway, so I kept the details minimal. I'm also adding some mountains, some cute tiny palm trees. Now everything is more three-dimensional. Then I'm adding some texture to the water to create some gentle waves and the reflections, and some structures and shadows on the walkway. Now this completes the second part of the prompt, the place I want to go. But the first part, create a paradise. How does a place qualify as a paradise? Even though I would love to go to a beach, it wouldn't really be a paradise if I have to give up my everyday convenience and technology. I need my studio, my art supplies, I need my computers, internet, my books, and my drawing tablet. What if I could just teleport over to a beach? Now that would be perfect. So to illustrate this paradise of mine, I'm painting an office on the right-hand side, using my actual office as reference. On the table, it has my monitors, my drawing tablet, my chair, my cushion, exactly as how they are in real life. But instead of window on the left-hand side, I'm making it a portal and connecting it directly to the beach walkway. I love painting characters, so I have to add a girl here. She just finished working, but she was well prepared, wearing her bikini underneath. She just needs to take off her dressy clothes, grab her beach bag and sunglasses, and step through into paradise. In contrast to the gray and purplish tone I used for the office, I chose a bright coral color for her hair and have them flowing in the air, creating some excitement and motion. I used the same color for her beach bag. I think it adds just the right amount of warmth and vibrancy to balance and connect the two worlds. Originally, I thought about putting some interesting graphics on the monitor, but the painting is really small, so I decided to keep them simple. So here I'm adding a splash of colors to them instead. I usually like to keep my paintings loose, but for structural details like the walls and the furnitures, I have to make sure I get it right. Otherwise it'll be really obvious because human eyes are very good at detecting them. I'm using a ruler here to make sure the table is straight. For her bikini, I chose a really simple design in black, so it goes well with her classy outfit and healthy looking figure. I really like this prompt. It challenged me to create something I never thought I would, so I wanted to do something special for this. Here I designed some retro posters to make them part of the art. I'm using all warm tones for the posters, making a contrast to the kind of dreary looking office in purple. The beige poster connects to the warmth of the beach, and the pencil indicates creativity and imagination. And I hope the multicolor sunshine poster next to it give you a positive vibe. And finally, I'm adding some highlights, some effects to make the portal look more realistic, and it's done! I used quite a bit of water in both paintings, so the papers are pretty warped. I'm wetting the back to flatten them. Here are the finished paintings. I probably jammed way too much detail in these two small paintings, especially the treehouse, but I'm still really happy how they turned out. Well, I guess I could be happier if I have a real portal here. Now a quick scan to keep a digital version, and now I can finally, officially make them part of the book. Alright, so that was my contribution to this collab. I'm so glad it turned out well. I'm really honored to be part of this collab, so thank you, Dai, for organizing this. All the artists are creating amazing work and working hard to keep the collab going at a really good pace. I put the link to the playlist below, so check it out and give it some love. For the next artist, I'm super thrilled to pass it on to Jackie from Nerdy Crafter.
Hello, lovely people. I just got my package from Shuzi for the collaboration, so I am super excited to be part of this. Thank you, Shuzi, for sending me the package and being very patient with my slow responses. Appreciate you, love you. But I also seem to have gotten a gift. Shuzi, that is really sweet. Let's check it out. I really appreciate the gift. Oh my goodness. That is absolutely beautiful. Holy shrimp. This is going to go. Beautiful. These are gonna go up in my new studio. I appreciate that. And of course, my pièce de résistance. We have the collaboration Create This Book, which is the original book from Mariah Elizabeth, and we are just going ham on it. This is the biggest artist collaboration ever, so head on over to all the amazing artists that are likely linked in your description box. Time for me to get started, so make sure you meet me over on Nerdy Jackie.